Hi, I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven with a quick look at Novo resources. So a gold discovery in Western Australia has taken the mining sector by storm right now. The company that made the discovery has seen its share price quintuple, yep, that's fivefold, in just a few weeks. But the discovery is also very unusual. It involves gold nuggets shaped like watermelon seeds in a large conglomerate horizon that covers thousands of square kilometers. Okay, so what is going on with Novo resources? The discovery happened at the Karratha Project, which is a 9,000 square kilometer project in Western Australia that covers this extensive layer of conglomerate rocks. Now, conglomerates are just what the name makes it sound like. They're a conglomeration of pebbles and sand and rocks to make a conglomerate horizon. At Karratha, or at least in the areas where Novo has already explored, that conglomerate also hosts these watermelon seed-shaped nuggets of gold, and quite a few of them. Turns out local prospectors in recent months have even been pulling these nuggets out of the ground using metal detectors. Those metal detectors are not how Novo came across this discovery. Novo president and CEO Quinton Hennig has actually been searching for this exact kind of geology for decades. His goal was to find another Witwatersrand Basin. Now, the Witwatersrand Basin is the world's largest accumulation of gold. It's in South Africa, and it's gold in a conglomerate horizon. The gold ended up there when it was deposited out of oceans many years ago, when oxygen levels in the atmosphere increased, and there was this interaction between oxygenation and algae, and the gold came out. In Western Australia, Hennig theorized that this had also happened, and then sea levels had also risen and fallen, which reworked the gold and generated these seed-shaped nuggets. Well, now it turns out, after looking for it for many years, that he may be right and he may have found just what he was looking for. Okay, but prospectors pulling some nuggets out of the ground are one thing. A company defining a deposit is another thing. Where is Novo at this point? Well, what the company did was take a 700-kilometer sample from a 1 kilogram sample from a 1 meter trench and assayed it for gold. Turned out it returned an average grade of 67 grams per ton. That's insane. It's so high. In addition, more than 80% of the gold was coarse gold, which suggests it would be easy to recover in some sort of mining scenario. It also suggests, though, it hints at how this is going to be a difficult deposit to define. By definition, nuggets happen in one spot, and density of nuggets over a big area is not often very consistent. So where we are now is wondering, how big is this thing, and how is Novo going to figure out what they have? Both are difficult to answer. In terms of size, the conglomerate horizon literally extends for thousands of square kilometers. Maybe all of those square kilometers host gold, or maybe large areas are barren. At this point, we do not know. In terms of figuring it out, Novo has some experience, having made a much smaller, similar discovery before, but it's going to take time to figure out what kind of drilling, mapping, trenching, and bulk sampling is best to determine just how much gold there is. That said, analysts have already put out predictions saying there's, 5 to 100 million ounces of gold at this discovery. And that potential is precisely why Novo belongs in every speculator's portfolio. We don't know what's there right now, but if Novo is onto something anywhere close to the large end of that spectrum, its shares still have a lot of room left to run. I like the analogy to Attack Resources, which in the last bull market discovered Carlin-style gold up in the Yukon. Really similar situation in that it was Attack finding a really prospective, sought-after kind of gold mineralization in a completely new place. Carlin in Yukon versus Witwatersrand in Western Australia. Attack's price certainly went on a run, but if you compare them, Attack still doubled from here in terms of where Novo is and held that ground for a long time before turning down because of the bear market. Novo doesn't have, hopefully, that bear market lingering. So this is a really interesting story. It's a very unique discovery. We don't know much about the geology because it's unique. It's going to take time to figure it out. It could be absolutely massive or not. We don't know at this point. But the market is certainly really interested because the pieces are starting to really add up. What you need to do, though, if you're going to invest in Novo is expect extreme volatility from this stock. Everybody's really unfamiliar with what the asset is, and we're still very early in the story. This price is going to move up and down and up and down. My recommendation is take a piece, today, tomorrow, whatever price it is. Tell yourself to buy more if the price declines 20-25% so that you're averaging down. And then tell yourself to finish accumulating your position in some number of months. Maybe the price will be much higher then, maybe it will be much lower then. We don't actually know because we can't figure out what the valuation is for this thing. We just do not know how rich it is, how big it is. We can't peg a value on it. But if it's anywhere close to as big as people think it could be, you're going to be glad in a few years' time that you got on for the ride.